Hey, how's it going, everybody? Good to see everybody here. We are live, and I was counting back the number of shows I've done, and it's sitting around 70 shows. So, kind of be exciting when I get up to 100. We'll have a little celebration. Good to see everybody here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are. If you're watching live, check out the chat on the right-hand side and do say hello. We've got about 35 people watching. Would love if those 35 people could hit the like button. That really helps the video. We're going to be wrapping things up today, talking about VIPKid, all things going on there, and a few other things, a couple of projects that I have on the go that I wanted to announce to folks. So if you are watching this on the replay, I will put a timestamp as to when we start chatting. And usually in the beginning, I like to say hello to folks and just catch up. So first one in the chat was Patricia. Good to have you. Hope you got your coffee. And hey, Kelly. Hey, Bren. Hey, Deborah from Connecticut. Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Jeanette. The song could bring about tears when realizing these days involve so many goodbyes. Yeah. What are you guys doing about all that? I don't know. It's funny, like students that I'm seeing that I know I'm saying goodbye to, and it is their last class. Some of them are like maybe too young to really understand. And a couple kids, their mothers weren't nearby. So I don't know, it was just kind of like a normal class, but I tried to spend a little bit of extra time at the end saying goodbye and without making it sort of like emotional and dramatic, I guess. But yeah, I put a poll in the chat. Would love you to fill it in. It is the question is, would you join the VIPKid global platform if you get invited? If I get invited, I would check it out, but I'm not really sure that I've got the time or capacity to teach for $7 per class. That's just me personally. I know a lot of folks would be thrilled to be able to get that. So I am sort of curious of what the poll stats say. 83% yes, 17% no. Okay, cool. So definitely the majority interested in teaching on the global platform. If you or someone you know has been invited to the global platform, I would love to connect with you. So apparently 1% of the teachers were invited. So out of 70,000 teachers, what's 1% of 70,000? Is it 700? No, that would be 10%. 700. No, I think it would be. It'd be 700. That seems like a lot. I thought I heard that there were a lot less that had been invited. But anyway, if you've been invited or you know someone that's been invited, please tell them to get in touch with me because I've got lots of questions and I do want to make a video about it, but I just don't have the inside scoop and I don't know what's going on except for what has been shared through the FAQ and through the emails. But we'll get to the VIPKid global platform in a minute. I did a workshop in my Facebook group. So if you're not in my Facebook group and you're interested in solo teaching, I just want to remind you that it is a good place. We're talking a lot about all things related to teaching your students. And I launched a mini course just last Friday and have nearly 30 students in the course. And I'm so excited about this. It's called Launch. And I'm running it live from next Monday until the following 2 weeks away, Sunday. So those 14 days. It's a 2-week kind of incubator course for ESL platform teachers. So if you're a VIPKid teacher or a teacher from another platform and you're interested or you've had parents approach you about private teaching, please go to this link and see if it's a good fit for you. Because one thing that I'm finding with a lot of teachers who are getting approached with this question is uncertainty about whether they should do it and how to do it. And also, questions just around all of the big decisions. And people easily get paralyzed in fear and paralyzed in overwhelm of how to make it work. And so I'm giving you my roadmap. I'm giving you all the tutorials, all the training over the course of 2 weeks. We've got 4 Zoom live support calls, as well as 4 modules, PDFs. I'm really throwing everything in there. The price is lower than it should be, really, because of the time that's going into it. But I really just want to help as many people and keep the cost low. So well worth it if you are interested in going solo and specifically teaching your Chinese students independently. That's what we're talking about in the course. So again, it's onlineteacherdo.com/launch. Also, I'm doing a video probably in about 2 weeks, and I'm asking if teachers would be willing to send in a short clip of their. I'll pop up the image so you can take a look at it. So this is what it's going to be. So shoot a video explaining how VIPKid has impacted your life. I know that most of my audience are VIPKid teachers, have been, currently are, or used to be. What has it enabled you to do? How has it changed you? So what I'm looking for is a horizontal video, 15 to 20 seconds in MP4 format, and to send it to me before Monday, so November the 1st. So you've got like 6 days, and email it to my email address there below. So I'm hoping to get about 10 to 15 clips. If I can get 10 to 15 clips, then I will put them into a video. I'm sort of trying to kind of create a wrap-up video about my time with VIPKid and bring in some of your faces as well. So there's the info. You can screenshot that if you want to save it for later. Please and thank you. That would be great if I could get some video clips. Keep it short, keep it horizontal, MP4 format, shoot it to me in an email. You can give me a link to Google Drive or something like that. That's totally fine. Deborah says, surprisingly, I had a student who booked a class for November 4th. Interesting. Maybe they were outside of China. What do you guys think about students canceling? Geez, I had 2 cancellations this week, freed up 2 spots, and of course, no students can book them. So I was kind of bummed about that because, you know, I opened up everything I could for all my students, and I know that some students couldn't book a slot with me. So to have someone cancel is like highly annoying. Morning, Sherry. Hey, Fraser. Hey, Mary Beth. Hey, Gretchen from Mexico. Hey, Susan. Hello, Vicky Lynn. Hey, it's a long comment. Hope everyone's healthy. I'm at home with a dry cough and killer sore throat. Oh, sorry to hear. I had to cancel 3 days of VIPKid classes. So what's up with VIPKids? Wonder why they're able to keep going. The reality of the nightmare of substitute teaching is very real. Not to mention the ridiculous 45-minute commute. Oh, so sorry. I signed up to be an EL academic interventionist and got pulled to sub in a 6th grade language arts class. The behavior issues were ridiculous. Yikes. Sorry to hear about those troubles. But good that you got something at least going on the side. Hey, from Florida. Hey, Great Review Books. Hey, Naomi, teacher Jen, Maureen, Joanne. Oh, lots of people here. Very cool. From the Philippines. Hey, Renchi. Hey, Maureen. 50 teachers. Okay. So 50 teachers. That's less than 1%, isn't it? I can't do my math. 1%. Let's even say there's 50,000 teachers, right? So 1% of 50,000. 1% of 50,000 is 500 teachers. So that's not right. There's no way that there's definitely not 5,000 teachers because 50 would be 1% of 5,000 teachers. So I don't think that's right. But interesting. You can still get the bonuses, right? I heard that there were only 50 invited. Oh, okay. I'm curious if lessons will still be on 1-to-1. They will be using their tier they currently use for incentives, according to someone who was invited. Okay. So I think that the actual global platform itself is $7 per class, right? Oh, you saw someone, Jenny. Interesting. Okay. I'm curious how the pay works if we're teaching adults now. Also, I understand that we can't teach global and teach adults. Yeah, I saw that too. Say what? You're right. Annoying. Probably commenting there on my comment. Yeah, I had a ton of new students in the last 2 weeks. So how are you guys saying goodbye to your students? Are you, for those that have students this week, are you doing anything special during class? Sometimes I really just don't even feel like going through the lesson. I feel like if it's our last class together, I just feel like talking, I feel like that's more special and memorable than just having a free talk class. So full confession, several of my classes in the last week and a half, I haven't taught any of the slides. I've just had a really fun time with the student. And I kind of felt around with it and realized that the parents didn't care. They were there videoing, they were talking to me. So by the time we had would have started class, it was like 12 minutes in. So I just kind of I'm just sort of playing it cool with the students that I've had for a while that are booking their last class. Now, I had a brand new student today, and I did teach the lesson because I don't even know them. I thought that was kind of odd. Maybe all their teachers have left the platform. I'm not sure. Hey, from South Korea, Jared. Had one cancellation and it stinks since they announced closing. My cancellations have been crazy. Yeah, so sorry about that. Hey, from Chicago. Maureen, you decorated for Halloween just to make it fun. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because Halloween is coming up, isn't it? In a week. Yeah, gosh. It was like Halloween is literally my least favorite holiday. I think because growing up, it wasn't something that we celebrated as kids. It was kind of seemed to be evil. Won't get into that. But we never really had fun during Halloween like a lot of the neighborhood kids did. And then becoming a teacher, Halloween was always like the rowdiest day of the school year, and hyping all my kindergarten students up on candy and then teaching them in costume, with all their like furry tiger costumes, everything that they couldn't get out of. And I remember one Halloween it snowed, so getting them, into their snow gear and out onto the playground, and it was just a nightmare. So I just never really liked Halloween. I don't know, it must stem from childhood, but and I never dressed up for Halloween with my students at VIPKid either. I just downplayed it. We talked about it and stuff like that, but one of my regular parents asked me to do only TEFL prep with her. She booked 8 classes this week for us to say goodbye. Wow. For my younger students, I hadn't mentioned unless the parent has. So are any of you guys going to teach your students privately? Let me know in the chat. I used candy for rewards in a Halloween bag. That's fun. Yeah. So we talked about the global platform. I guess really with that, we'll just have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. I don't have a lot of information except for the Q&A here that folks have probably already seen. Just it gives a little bit more information, and it was updated on the 22nd. So go and check that out. I do have a question actually, because this kind of stumped me. So with the VIPKid Teacher Network, I go here, and when I go up here, click the button Complete Profile, there's nothing that says that I'm logged in. Like, it's just the generic website, right? So there's literally nothing that indicates it's me. I don't see any indication of that. When I click on Complete Profile, it brings me to this landing page, and it just says, it must recognize my IP address or something, but I don't even remember putting my name into the Teacher Network profile. I thought that was kind of strange as well. And then it just says, thanks for submitting the form. But when I go back to this, I mean, this just, I don't know. Can someone fill me in on this? Because nothing really seems to be different than what it looked like before I completed the profile. So yeah, what I don't understand is how they recognized my information when I submitted it, because I didn't log into anything, and there's nothing up here that indicates any kind of account. So I don't know if it's tracked from your IP or from your email when you click the link in your email. It's really puzzling to me. So if anyone can enlighten me on that, I would be very curious, because this one kind of baffles me. I'm not really sure what that is all about. So anyway, yeah, so that's all that I see there with that. So does anyone know anything different? Fill me in. Yeah, Jeanette says, sorry, I don't remember putting in my name, and it does the same. I'm trying to teach independent, but no bites yet. So what are you doing in these last classes with your students? I would suggest giving out your WeChat, giving out your Ding Talk ID if you're not using WeChat, giving out your email address. Stay in touch with them regardless if you want to keep teaching them or not. I think it's a nice way to, finish up classes with them, to be able to contact you somehow. So I would suggest doing that. And if you ever did want to go independent, and I'm teaching how to do that in my launch program, which if you're just joining is happening. It's happening soon, guys, November 1st. We're starting on Monday. It's a no fluff course. It's going to be live, and we are going through it together with accountability partners, Facebook group, videos, live Zoom calls, and everything. So if you're like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, onlineteacherdude.com/launch. I will hold your hand. You won't be alone. And my goal is by the end of those 2 weeks to get you up and running so that when parents ask you, hey, teacher, are you teaching private classes? You know exactly what to do to send them into your funnel to build your student base and make more money and teach less. And, at minimum, I'm charging all of my current students $40. Everyone has agreed and has signed up and it's ready to go. And I will increase my prices. I had one parent say that's too low. You should be charging $50 an hour. So you just don't understand the possibilities until you get into it, that there is an opportunity there, and you can do it too if you want. So I've had a lot of people ask me also about AllSchool. I did a video a couple weeks ago. They're kind of moving along, seems to be as scheduled. Hang on a second. Oh, the sneeze that won't come out did a backfire. They're moving along with launching as well, and join their Facebook group. And that video gives a lot of information. I can't answer all of the questions I'm getting about AllSchool because I just don't have the time. But go into the Facebook group for their company, and you can find out everything about getting hired and what courses to teach and things like that. So good option for some. Let's just take a look here. What are your thoughts on Tubi Live? Yeah, I was promoting them for a while, but have kind of stopped, not for any reason except I just got busy. I think things are good. I need to get back in touch with them, and I want to get some clarifications on their visibility in China. But a great platform for teaching kids, absolutely. I think they're tracking IP addresses. So if you are logged into the portal, okay, when you do it. Yeah, that's interesting though. Like people change IP addresses all the time, So I find that kind of weird. It almost just seemed like a data collection thing. The fact that there was no name attached to it and no account, it just seemed like they were just gathering data. Like they just literally wanted to know where are the strengths, where are the weaknesses, where's the experience, and where's the interest. That's my take on it. I feel like it was just a generating interest, but I could be wrong. Hey, Cindy. Okay, Jenny, I'll check my PM. Is that on Facebook? Yeah, so that's right. Some students are able to book classes outside of China. Yeah, so I mean, there aren't enough students outside of China to meet all the teachers that are, teaching. So for those students, yeah, I imagine they can keep taking classes, but I don't, there's not going to be many of us teaching them. If you have one or two, you could make arrangements to, open maybe an hour a week just for them, but that's pretty much all it's going to be, unless you had a really large amount of students, which outside of China, which I don't imagine that you do. So yeah, if you're just joining, please do hit the like button. It helps the video. And just talking about the last week. So my last class is on Friday, and I booked 4 classes today, 1 canceled. 4 tomorrow, 3 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday, and 3 on Friday. I just have a bunch of things in the evening as well here because I teach kind of early evening, so I couldn't open up too many. But so yeah, my last class is at 5:30, 6:30 p.m. Beijing time on Friday. So yeah, I'm going to film that and document it because yeah, it's an interesting thing. I would encourage you to do that as well. It's just the end of a really amazing 4 years for me, and maybe 4 years for you, or less or more. It's been an incredible opportunity and hard to say goodbye. Really, really is. Especially for those kiddos that we've been teaching for a long, long time. So, I'm wondering if the base pay will change for those students too. Hey, Andrea, I'm not sure. You mean the base pay for those teachers? Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine if you're still on the VIPKid platform teaching Chinese students outside of China, then your pay would remain. I just don't think it's worth it. Like, you would have to have something else on the side because you're not going to be getting fully booked unless you really wanted to just keep something for a couple of kids potentially. But, I would be offering them privately if I were you. I just think your potential for more money and less work is better that way. My last class is November the 4th. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get any classes booked next week. So mine are done on Friday. With a student I taught for 4 years, I will really miss Bella. So sorry. Yeah, it's nice though that you have your last class with a regular. My last class is not with a regular. I think I've seen her 3 times, so it is what it is. But I will make sure she knows it is my last VIPKid class on the platform. So how to apply? How to apply for what? Hey, from Michigan. Good. Thanks for joining. Yeah, do say hello if you're just jumping in. We're just talking about VIPKid, the last week of classes. For many is this week. If you got classes next week, let me know how many you got. Those would only have been if you had monthly bookings, right? Which I never did because I did short notice for about 3 years. So I just opened up for the first time for the Monday Frenzy, first time in 3 years, and hope that I would get some old faces. I then also posted my schedule on WeChat, which just alerted some of my old students. And actually, it was really cool because a student I haven't taught in about 2 years came back. I taught him a lot in the first 2 years. I think that his parents just couldn't adjust to my short notice schedule. So they went with other teachers. But it was so great to see him again. And then, we connected a little bit more on WeChat. And, they're interested in continuing classes with me outside. So that was really, really good. 1 class on Monday, 1 party booking with a new regular, 12 classes next week, Andrea. Cool. Yeah, you're going to be busy because you are also in my launch program. So I just got the membership area ready for that. So if you're one of my students coming in on Monday, it's going to be super fun. We're going to get everything rocking and rolling for everybody. It ends with me this Friday too. Even these students who are outside of China didn't book next week. Yeah, I think even for those students, maybe they're moving on too. I don't know. I just don't see it really being like a successful thing with that group of students, but you never know, I guess. Yeah, I was trying to find more info about the global platform in the VIPKid Education Facebook group, but I can't even find anyone that's been invited. So yeah, I was kind of curious as to, I thought there'd be some screenshots and stuff, but I have not seen that. So again, we'll wrap things up in a couple of minutes, but I wanted to just remind you about the video project that I'm doing. So if you are just joining, please, if you'd be so inclined, I'm doing a wrap-up video in the next couple of weeks, and I'm inviting teachers who would be willing to send me a 15 to 20-second clip, horizontal, in MP4 format before November the 1st. So what I'm looking for is horizontal and just telling me how VIPKid impacted your life. Like, what has it enabled you to do? Why did you love it? What has it meant to you? How has it changed you? That kind of answering that kind of question. And email it to me at that email address. So if you want to screenshot that, you can. Got lots of folks in here. Please do click the like button. Yeah, so teaching in person, sure. So there are some decisions you need to make before going down this route. You need to be solid on the fact that this is what you want to do, because it is a little bit of work, and you are moving from platform teacher to independent teacher, running your own business and thinking about all sorts of other aspects of things that will go into it. And as time goes on, you can streamline things, but you want to have a curriculum, you want to have a payment method, you want to structure your prices, you want to decide on a platform. And, those are the basics. And then you also want to think, the fifth one is you want to think of systems that make it easy for when a student approaches you or when you approach a potential student. So, taking them from learning about you to being interested in your classes to then converting. So we're talking about that stuff in my Facebook group and in my launch mini course at onlineteacherdude.com/launch. So that's it in a nutshell. There is a lot more that goes into it, Seekin. Do you think they could be using those VIPKid teachers that actually live in China as the trial teachers first? For the global platform, I kind of wonder. I think that I'm not sure that would be a good test population, because essentially they're going to have a global, you know, volume of teachers from all over the world. So I would think they'd be testing it outside of China. But hey, maybe just to begin with, that's possible. But I'm not sure. Andrew, you haven't been invited either. You said goodbye to 2 kids, Shelly. Yeah, I said goodbye to a lot of kids in the last week. But actually, it's really just my regulars that booked me. A few little long, older students that I haven't seen in a while, and then a couple of new students. And I left at 999 students. That is my finishing number for the number of students that I have taught in VIPKid. I was so hoping for 1,000. I got my 999th on Friday, and I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me! I'm not going to get another one." So close. I know. Yeah, but anyway, pretty cool. So great. Thanks for being here, everyone. I put the link to my course there that I've just launched. And also, if you want to join the Facebook group and check out the workshop I did last Friday morning about the 5 key decisions to make if you want to go solo, then it's there. And there was lots of good thoughts and questions in the comment box, and lots of folks have been taking action over the weekend and will be as they work with me over the next few weeks. So I'm really excited about that, and hope everyone is doing well. And thank you for being here. Gosh, 67 people live. Thank you for joining. It's amazing. And contributing in the chat and all those things. I know some of you, I recognize your names, have followed me for a long time, and I've seen you in the comments and on my live shows for at least a year, and some even longer. So yeah, it's just really cool, the community that we built, and I've just had an absolute blast being a part of it, and being able to be here on this crazy platform called YouTube. So thanks so much again. Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, actually, my lease is up in 30 days. So I moved to Bangkok. I don't know if you're not interested in what I'm doing, then you can tune out now. But I moved to Bangkok in May on a kind of last minute situation where I had to leave because of visa issues in Malaysia. I took a 6-month contract in an apartment in Bangkok. Immediately after that, probably 3 weeks after that, the whole country went into a really bad lockdown, which went until, gosh, it feels like the beginning of this month, or maybe into last month. So it was about three months. So I've been here for 5 months in total, and about at least three of them have been in lockdown. So it hasn't been a great time. But and I was thinking about going up north to Chiang Mai to live. But I don't know, I'm having like a change of heart about it, and I might be staying in Bangkok. So I have to decide by tomorrow. So, because my lease is up in 30 days. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on with me. Hope you guys are doing well, whatever you're up to. And again, appreciate everybody being here. Yes, always be continuing the live chats. Absolutely. I'm still creating content in the online teaching space with non-Chinese companies from time to time, but a lot of my content will be about private teaching right now, and going solo, and kind of moving with where the majority of teachers are going, and bringing in my own experience with doing all of these things myself. So I still have lots to share, and you'll be kept up to date for sure about the VIPKid global platform and other opportunities that arise after this with other companies as well. So I tend to have a good ear to the ground with what's going on, and try to bring you the best of the best for opportunities. So I'm taking care of you. Don't worry. Cool, Naomi, born and raised in Hong Kong. Yes, Thailand is beautiful, and we hope that it gets back to normal as the country is opening up on November the 1st. So if you are double vaccinated, you can come to Thailand on November the 1st into certain areas, quarantine free. I believe you have to do 1 day as you get tested on arrival, but the big hindrance here has been it's been a 14-day quarantine for so long. But they are finally opening back up again. All right. Yeah, I know, Andrea. It's so true. Like, I can't even believe it that my 6-month lease is almost up. I feel like I literally just moved here. But yeah, anyway, crazy. All right, guys. Thanks again for being here. And we'll wrap it up here and hope you have a wonderful Monday. And I will see you same time, same place next week for another live show. So, all right. Ciao. Adios. And 再见.